Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good, yo? Seeing this character that I picked, I actually have had a much better idea of what I wanted to use, but we got ourselves a very interesting opening episode, you can say. Episode 0. I don't know what I'm going to actually label this as, but to see a show that pretty much has a whole bunch of like just weird iconic things to me, like for instance, um not only is this a card show where we got a real card game that's being sold in the background, that you can kind of play along with, but the other thing about it is how polished it looks, how much time it looks like they put into getting close details to the monsters in the actual game to look, rendered out not that bad. Especially the monster at the end. Excuse me, I was watching. I got to get some food with it. I had pizza when I was watching this show, so I apologize if I burp or something. Just got done eating. But yeah, we're looking at another great example of what some money can really do for a show that doesn't have any real, like, I don't know how to say it, like it doesn't have any real game changing storytelling in it. Like, for some reason our main character is kind of not into being good because he has been told that he's boring because he's winning, right? Like, if I was beating you in a game and then you're like, oh man, you're boring because you don't even let me win, like, we can't be friends off rip. Like, you're already not my friend. Like, if I'm winning, I'm not gonna rub it in your face though as well. Like, if I'm beating you in a game, I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing to win if you want to hear it. But if you don't want to hear it, then yeah, then you won't learn anything if you're not learning from just fighting me or playing whatever game we're playing in. So to think that this kid who didn't seem like he would be doing that either, like teasing and rubbing it in and stuff like that, gets treated almost as if winning is a crime, like, oh my god, we need to call the police. This guy's over here winning. What the heck is his problem? Like, that was the strangest thing to me. So we probably just found the biggest sore losers of anime history with these three kids that literally got beat up in a card game enough to literally cry about it and stuff like that. So congratulations, you guys played yourselves. But what we find out is there's a queen of this card game, and when it gets popping off, it's really like Yu-Gi-Oh! When it comes down to, if me and you played it, it wouldn't look so cool, but then when people who have the technology and the certain what are they called, codemen, or like their side person that literally kind of gives them the key card to access a more in-depth virtual reality version of the game. It almost reminded me of like Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal mixed in with normal everyday Yu-Gi-Oh! And stuff like that. Like, it felt like a futuristic world, but it still had, like, the people who can't all use the same exact type of technology, and they would just play it normally, and then you have people like this who can go and play it at this ridiculously high level and standing, where as soon as you plug in, you're showing everybody in the world, and all the way out in space there's people watching this. So I thought this was a pretty amazing start. I mean, it sure was straight to the point, and like, this is the main character. This is what the main character's going through. And this is an AI who's been stalking the person who's queen, and been stalking this random kid who she thinks is the best card player she's seen in quite some time. It's really, really, like, that's it, like, oh, I see potential in you, and boom, potential is seen and met. Like, that's about the short and fast of the summary I can give you is a kid who actually enjoyed himself playing the game finds himself trying to get a career and stop playing the card game because he was winning too much and people would stop playing against him, so he would pretend to lose, and because of that it even made him more mad at the sight of losing. Not only that, we see that it's so engraved in him that once he starts having fun or straight up enjoying himself, he pulls back. He starts to remember what that gets him at the end of the day, and that is something we might see more of. I'm not even sure if this is going to be a real show. This is just like them kind of flexing on us, right? Like, hey, got a mobile game. Here's an anime. You know, I don't I don't know for sure if this is gonna be the end all be all of this, but I do like what they're showing so far. I'm not actually mad at anything we got. Not only excuse me, not only did it look like a card game you can already just pick up and play, it had a lot of elements of different games among it. It had like what was that game called? Hearthstone. I feel like it had a little bit of Hearthstone in there with maybe, you know, a little bit of just some RPG kind of mechanics with the shields and all that different like stuff you had to break through to be able to even get to your opponent's you know, actual life and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure if I looked it up and saw what it was they were trying to model it after, it probably would have been a lot simpler to explain. But yeah, boy, just going off of pure instinct of what he saw and what I was getting. But yeah, this AI, or like this codeman, that is the reason why he gets to go against like the top of the top in this card game already, is ridiculously like athletic, broken, fast, just ridiculous. And it feels like they can play off of that as well if they really want to. But seeing how there was like an app for it, and there was like a probably like a storyline within that app that they probably already kind of finalized, I'm not sure what we're even looking at, right? I'm not really looking too far within this show to give me some, you know, ridiculously high quality plot twist. But the same robot that she is, we find out that there's multiple upon multiple out there, where now if any of them, like, you know, want to battle and stuff like that, they could literally put themselves up for collateral, and he could wind up having, you know, different ones to go through, which didn't really make any sense with the grand scheme of like why this girl who took the fight in the first place took it. Like, why did she want to? She's like, why not have to, you know, kind of deal. And I mean, we can understand why you would want one to be able to get into this battle and be able to, you know, do this in general, but why would you need two, unless maybe you have just a bargaining chip to, you know, go against the top of the top by offering one. I don't know. But overall, I guess that's another cool thing about if this show is actually going to be full-fledged and fleshed out and stuff like that, is that a big plot point, or is it just something that they're just showing us to get us on board with the show in general? So I want to know what you guys are thinking. Let me know if you guys are enjoying this show, if you are enjoying this show, if you check this out, or if you are just now hearing about it from me and going to check it out because of that. I think it's like 27 minutes long. It was pretty long with no like song or anything. It was just a full-blown like, hey, this is the plot, this guy is good, and the person he goes against needs to rebuild their deck. So the only reason why this duel was even brought up was literally he was going to lose his cold men. But I think at the same time, the reason why this happened is because they needed to get the word out that he's a part of all this and that they can get more challenges or something along those lines. I'm not even sure. Let me know if there's anything else you guys notice in here that you enjoyed, or if you're going to be looking forward to seeing more of this. it looks like there's a good chance of this show being relatively dope. So I definitely want to give it a chance. I've never watched a full-blown card anime, I believe. So with how this one looked, I would definitely be down to do reviews for it if there's more, or if this was it and we're kind of just gonna get like little snippets here and there of updates of the game and stuff. Ooh, yeah, I don't know about that. But I hope everybody has an awesome one. This was unexpected. It definitely just showed up out of nowhere, so I wanted to get this out to you. I always had a little bit of energy here and there towards the nighttime, and nothing usually comes out at night when it comes down to anime, so because it's usually so late. It's like, 4 o'clock in the morning or something. Well, or even worse, you know what I mean? So it's interesting that this dropped when it did, and I hope you guys have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I'm your boy, Anime J, and I'll definitely talk to you in the next one. Peace.